Tonight. So I'm writing my second book, and I'm going through my story about coming home from basic training to find out I'm going to be a dad. So, a Hallmark Channel, if you're watching, here's a pitch for a Christmas idea. So, uh, Christmas 2017, December 17th, is the start of Victory Block Leave. So that's when the Army comes home for Christmas. So the story starts out, a day before we shut down like all training, and then we're getting ready to ship out to go home for Victory Block Leave. So we get ready the night before, probably around like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We start getting all of our stuff ready. We pack our stuff up. We go sit in the classrooms, and we have to wait to go to the airport or to go over to the travel center so we can ship out to the airport. So we get all of our stuff ready. It's a long day. We get in the classroom. We watch the whole all the episodes of Band of Brothers. We watch that. We have a moment where we're trying to put on our army patches because we officially finished our basic training and we were officially soldiers. But the cadre didn't want us to wear them yet, so we had a moment where we had to like sit there for like 2 hours while they grilled us about our lack of integrity. So we make our way over to the travel site to be able to get our tickets so that we can go to the airport and fly out. So we get to the travel center, we get to the flight, we get our flight tickets, and then we wait around for a couple more hours, and then we get on our coach buses, and we get to the airport. We get in a long line, super long line, like the longest line I've ever seen. Finally get to the front, and I go to get my check in for my tickets, and they say your flight's been canceled. So this is where it gets like truly magical. So um, on December 17th, 2017 is the first and only time that the Atlanta airport has ever had to cancel all flights. So for 12 hours, it canceled 1,000 flights. In its 100-year history, this is the only time it's ever happened. And the part that really makes it great is so get there and I'm looking up at the board and I see other flights and I check my phone and I see what flights are going where. And shout out to Delta Airlines, by the way. So my flight's canceled and I look at the board and I'm like looking at all the places that uh, alternative flights I could find because I was originally supposed to fly from Columbia, South Carolina to Atlanta, Georgia, and then take a flight from Atlanta, Georgia home. And unfortunately, that couldn't happen. So the airline's like, well, we can get you from here to there, but you're gonna have to take a taxi. So I say yes, of course. I'm going home. I want to see my family. I want to see my fiance. So Delta Airlines pays for a taxi. Me and our soldier, we get into the taxi cab. We get in the taxi cab at the airport in Columbia, South Carolina. They drive us all the way to Charlotte, North Carolina. It's only a few hours, but it's still a state over. So we get there. Atlanta reopens, so we get into the airport. We walk in. Everyone's just saying thank you for your service, which is like the only time in my whole Army career that like I've liked that because we were coming from basic training where everybody's treating us like garbage, and now people are being nice to us and giving us like gift bags and giving us food, which wouldn't happen in basic training. So we get there. I finally get on the flight, walk to the concourse, get on my flight, fly to Atlanta, to fly all the way north. So I went north to fly south to fly back north to New York, and I finally get home. And when I finally get home, I think I'm gonna get married. So I meet my family in the airport. My best friend's there, my fiance's there, and then we go out to eat. And usually my fiance would we share onion rings, cheeseburgers, French fries. This time she didn't. She didn't have anything. And we get home, and those of you who follow my channel, we found out we had a miscarriage before I left for basic training. Probably about I would say about a month and a half before I left. Um, so I left, and I just had this feeling that like things were that for some reason I felt like I was gonna be a dad. I don't know what it was. I just had this feeling in my heart, and I got home, and we get back to my fiance's house. She gets me a little gift. I pull out Captain America's there, the little ornament, and underneath it is a picture of an ultrasound, and it has my name on it. It says baby. And like for a moment, I was in disbelief. Like I looked like I saw a deer. I was a deer in headlights at that moment. And I was in disbelief because, before I left, when we had the miscarriage, all I really wanted to hear was the heartbeat. And when that didn't happen, uh, it broke me emotionally. I'll just say that. So in that moment, I see the ultrasound. Like my life just flashed through my eyes. Like I was so confused because the last time, like this is all I wanted before I left for basic. So I see this picture and she's like, "You don't look happy." I'm like, I'm confused. And like the moment it hit me, it it changed my life. And like I was so happy after that. But this is like the perfect like coming home for Christmas story. Like soldiers coming home for Christmas from basic training. Airport closes. The airline does everything they possibly can to get the soldier home for Christmas. I get in a taxi. I drive 200 miles north to get on a plane to fly all the way back south to a different state. And I finally get home. I think I'm going to get married. And instead of being married, I find out that I'm going to be a dad. So that's my story. Hallmark, if you're watching, feel free to take it. Reach out to me. Let me know if you want the rights to the story. Uh, but I appreciate you guys watching. Have a good night.